It's December 21st, 2025, a date that will soon be etched into the memory of investors, politicians, and everyday people alike. The world wakes up to a sense of unease, as if everyone can feel the tension in the air. Headlines are blaring, social media is buzzing, and the sense that something big is happening is impossible to ignore. The political landscape is shaking to its core. In Washington, D.C., lawmakers are locked in heated debates, their voices echoing through the halls of power. Outside, protests swell, and the storm clouds, both literal and metaphorical, gather over the Capitol. Major plans from President Trump have just collapsed in spectacular fashion, sending shockwaves through the markets and leaving both supporters and critics scrambling to make sense of what comes next. The news breaks live on every channel, and Wall Street traders react instantly. Panic, confusion, and disbelief ripple across the trading floor. You might wonder, what does this have to do with crypto? The answer is simple: everything. In today's interconnected world, political upheaval doesn't just stay in the halls of government, it spills over into every corner of the financial system, especially the fast-moving world of digital assets. Government instability is a huge signal to global markets, acting like a warning siren for investors everywhere. When the world's largest economy wobbles, the effects are felt from New York to Tokyo, from London to Shanghai, and when signature policies unravel, uncertainty skyrockets. Investors get nervous, unsure of what the next day, or even the next hour, will bring. The rules of the game seem to change overnight, and the sense of security that markets rely on begins to erode. That nervousness quickly turns into market volatility. Stock prices swing wildly, safe havens are sought, and the value of assets, both traditional and digital, can change in the blink of an eye. Right now, Washington is playing ominous music, setting the stage for a drama that will unfold on a global scale. The decisions made, or not made, here will echo far beyond the city limits. Everyone with money in stocks or digital assets is bracing for impact. Phones buzz with alerts, portfolios are checked and rechecked, and the anxiety is almost palpable. The failures we'll discuss aren't minor, they're foundational, shaking the very pillars of the economy and international relations. These aren't just policy missteps, they're dominoes that, once toppled, can set off a chain reaction across the globe. That collective mood, whether it's confidence or fear, can send your crypto portfolio on a wild ride. In times like these, fortunes can be made or lost in a matter of hours. We'll unpack these political faceplants, connect them to the financial markets, and show you exactly what it means for you as a Pi network holder. Understanding these connections is the key to navigating the chaos and protecting your assets. So, let's dive in, unravel the events shaking the world, and make sense of the chaos together. Your financial future could depend on what happens next. First up, healthcare. It's a topic that touches every American, from the youngest child to the oldest retiree. The stakes are enormous, and the consequences of inaction are felt in homes and hospitals across the country. The latest attempt to fix American healthcare has flopped. House Republicans passed a bill that failed to extend Affordable Care Act subsidies, set to expire in just days. This wasn't just a minor legislative misstep, it was a critical failure at a pivotal moment, with millions of families anxiously watching from the sidelines. Over 20 million Americans rely on these subsidies. Without them, premiums could jump by $1,000 a year. For many, that's the difference between seeing a doctor and skipping care, between financial stability and mounting debt. The fear is real, and it's spreading fast. Imagine being forced to choose between paying for groceries or keeping your health insurance. That's the reality facing millions if these subsidies vanish. The ripple effects go far beyond the doctor's office. They reach into every aspect of daily life. The Senate has already declared the bill dead, exposing deep rifts within the party and leaving millions in financial panic. The political infighting has paralyzed progress, and the public is left to wonder if their leaders are listening at all. This isn't just a policy hiccup, it's a direct hit to consumer spending, the engine of the U.S. economy. When people are worried about medical bills, they cut back on everything else: shopping, dining out, even basic necessities. Small businesses feel the pinch as customers tighten their belts. Local economies slow down, and the effects snowball from Main Street to Wall Street. When households lose spending power, markets get spooked, and that fear spreads to stocks and crypto alike. Investors hate uncertainty, and right now, there's plenty of it to go around. A last-ditch effort to save the subsidies is underway, but confidence is already shaken. Lawmakers are scrambling, but the clock is ticking, and the public's patience is wearing thin. The administration promised a big healthcare win, but delivered a legislative mess that threatens millions. The gap between political promises and real-world results has never felt wider. This looming economic storm cloud is something every asset holder should watch closely. The uncertainty is driving volatility, and the risks are mounting for anyone with a stake in the market. Political failure here means real-world financial pain. For families, for businesses, and for the entire economy, the stakes couldn't be higher. Now, let's shift to foreign policy. Congress nearly blocked the president's military authority in Latin America, revealing deep divisions even within his own party. This pushback signals a government at odds with itself, unsettling allies and markets alike. Add in controversy over a double-tap drone strike and calls for investigation, and the administration's credibility takes another hit. Political risk is rising, and when stability plummets, investors flee risky assets, including crypto. In times of turmoil, confidence is everything. Healthcare in shambles, military authority challenged. What does it all add up to? Gridlock. But this isn't just a political buzzword or a problem for lawmakers in Washington. It's a real, tangible force that seeps into every corner of American life, affecting millions of people in ways that aren't always obvious at first glance. When Congress can't agree, the consequences ripple outward, touching everything from your paycheck to your retirement savings. When government stalls, uncertainty spreads far beyond Washington. It's not just politicians who feel the impact. Families, workers, and business owners across the country are left wondering what comes next. The sense of unpredictability can make it hard to plan for the future, whether you're running a business or just trying to manage your household budget. Even PR efforts like the MAGA rebranding flop, showing deep polarization and a divided country. The inability to find common ground isn't just a headline. It's a daily reality that shapes how Americans interact, vote, and even invest. The divide is visible everywhere, from social media feeds to family dinner tables. This gridlock is toxic for investor confidence. Markets crave predictability, not chaos. When lawmakers can't make decisions, Wall Street reacts with anxiety. Investors hate surprises, and political deadlock is the ultimate wild card, making it harder for anyone to feel secure about their financial future. When no one knows what's next for taxes, regulations, or budgets, investors pull back. Companies delay hiring and expansion, families postpone big purchases, and everyone becomes more cautious. The lack of clear direction from Washington means more hesitation and less growth. That risk-off mood hits everyone's portfolios, including crypto. Even the most innovative and fast-moving markets aren't immune to the uncertainty that comes from political dysfunction. Whether you're invested in stocks, bonds, or digital assets, you're likely to feel the effects. The failures we're seeing are symptoms of a deeply divided government. The inability to compromise or pass meaningful legislation is more than just political theater. It's a sign of a system struggling to function as intended, with real-world consequences for everyone. With more political drama on the horizon, instability will keep spilling into the economy. Every new headline, every stalled bill, and every public disagreement adds another layer of uncertainty, making it harder for businesses and individuals to make confident decisions. For most people, this means a bumpy ride ahead for all asset classes. Stocks, bonds, real estate, and even alternative investments are all affected by the mood in Washington. The average American feels it in their 401k, their home value, and their everyday expenses. Political dysfunction is now an economic reality. It's not just a story for the news cycle, it's a challenge that every American must navigate, shaping the financial landscape for years to come. Let's connect the dots. How does political chaos affect your crypto? Crypto's value is driven by confidence and risk appetite. When instability rises, people worry about jobs and expenses, not buying more crypto. That means selling pressure, driving prices down. Political uncertainty sucks risk capital out of speculative markets and into safer assets. Institutional investors are even quicker to pull back when models flash red. Their retreat can trigger sharp downturns, hurting smaller investors. So, a failed vote in Congress can directly impact your crypto wallet. Political failure leads to economic fear, and fear leads to selling. Crypto isn't doomed, but holders must watch the big picture. Amidst the chaos, Europe just made a key decision. The EU refused to seize frozen Russian assets to fund a Ukraine loan. This sends a powerful message about the sanctity of property, even in extreme situations. If governments can seize assets today, whose are safe tomorrow? For crypto holders, this is good news. The legal bar for asset seizure remains high. The EU's caution reinforces the idea that property rights still matter. As crypto goes mainstream, these protections could extend to digital assets. It's a rare positive signal for asset security. So, what does all this mean for Pi network pioneers? When Pi hits the open market, it'll face a volatile environment shaped by global instability. Its price will depend not just on technology or community, but on the broader economic mood. If investors are risk-averse, Pi's launch could be rocky, but uncertainty also highlights the appeal of decentralized alternatives. As trust in traditional systems erodes, crypto's promise grows stronger. For Pi, patience and long-term vision are key. Success will come from real utility and resilience, not hype. The current turmoil is both a challenge and an opportunity. How can you protect yourself in this chaos? First, never invest more than you can afford to lose. Treat crypto like a lottery ticket, not a retirement plan. Diversify. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, even if you love Pi. Hold some traditional assets for stability. Stay informed, but don't panic with every market swing. Make a plan based on your own research and stick to it. Focus on security, use strong passwords, enable two-factor authentication, and beware of scams. In crypto, you're your own bank and your own security chief. Protect your assets because no one else will. Smart habits are your best defense. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by political and economic chaos, but disruption also creates opportunity. The failures of centralized systems highlight why crypto matters. Every setback is a reminder of the need for resilient, decentralized alternatives. For Pi and all crypto holders, the message is, be realistic, stay prepared, and keep your eyes on the long-term goal. The journey won't be easy, but the work being done now is building tomorrow's financial systems. Stay patient, stay safe, and keep pioneering. The future is still being written, and you're part of it.